Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Mythic Monday, so today we're going to be taking a look at another Armory Knight. This time, it is the Heroic Green Knight.
And powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
Alright, taking a closer look at the front of the package here for the Green Knight. This is standard for all Armory Knights. We have a faction symbol on this side and on this side, and a little write-up of all of the Knights and the Army Builders from Mythos with that special edition silver foil 4 Horsemen logo. Pretty standard for this packaging for the Army Builders, the Armory Knights. So let's just get him opened up and take a closer look at what makes this guy so special. All right, it's standard issue at this point with the Armory Knights, but we're going to get the same weapons and the same loadout that we've been getting with the rest. Long sword, gold hand guard, gold pommel, dark brown, almost black handle. We're going to get another sword with the sheath and the hook for the belt. Again, same color scheme, dark brown and gold. We also get that beautiful shield with the 2 tones of gunmetal gray on it with the handle, which you can use holding up like that or down like that. Of course, we get the 2 different heads for the handle here. That's really nice, and that's sort of like with the wood handle, so you can have the Morning Star or you can have the bladed mace, whichever one you would prefer. We're all going to have a ton of those for the fodder and trade sale at Mythic Legions Con this year. You get the 2 styles of belt, the new belt that goes around the waist. You also get the belt that goes around the chest. It goes around like that. It slings over his left shoulder with weapon storage on the back. And then specific to this guy, we're going to get the 2 of the heroic style knight pauldrons in that beautiful emerald green color, looking so divine, looks so beautiful. And then we're going to get 2 extra sets of gripping hands, and these have the horizontal hinges. The ones on him in the package are vertical hinges. And then, of course, we're going to get the horns for his helmet. And here is the green heroic knight straight out of the package. The only thing I've done is I've added the horns to the top of the helmet because I just, they belong there, so let's go ahead and put them there. And you can see that, like with all the other Armory Knights that we've taken a look at, this guy's paint job is, of course, the star of the show. Every single rivet, every line, every sculpted detail has a hit of paint. And that's where the price comes in, is because these guys are not just your standard Legion builders. These guys actually have a ton of paint apps on them. I love all the decisions, all the armor parts that they chose to go with the heroic armor. I loved the green Evil Knight, which we've already taken a look at, and you can go back and check out that review if you'd like. We'll see him later in the review, but this guy is just stellar, decked out in his emerald green. So let's get him off the rotating base and punch in on some of those details. And here he is up close and personal, and I am not joking. Every single solitary rivet from his head literally down to his toes is painted and has a hit of paint. We've got like a brownish wash here with a dark brown wash over it for the horns. That beautiful emerald green color just sparkles and comes to life. It almost looks two-tone, like it's got some hits of blue in there, but man, this thing is just so beautiful. All the rivets down his arms, the dark gray, gunmetal gray for the inside of the chainmail, all the little belts and buckles, the little chains going around the outside are all painted. You see the beautiful paintwork here on the chest. We have that Valiant Knight style articulation for these guys, all the rivets, belts, and buckles down on the waist armor. And then this little piece here with the beautiful green on it as well from the Valiant Knight piece. Look at all the belts, buckles, rivets. It's just star of the show is the paint job. There's no doubt about it. And if you wonder where that $45 is going, Lord have mercy, it's going straight here to the paint hits, because this guy is amazing. Now, you know, I always say that the shoulder pauldrons really just change the look of the character, and that's really no doubt, you know, no different here with these guys. Let's see if these are going to fight me or if we're just going to go in very nicely. They do kind of plug in. They're a little tight, but that's okay. They're going in very nicely. And again, with these things being articulated the way they are, you can, you know, have them out to the sides like that and really plus up those shoulders, or you can rotate them down. This one's kind of coming out a little bit. Do I have it lined up? Come on. Don't make me heat you up just for the pauldrons. Or you can rotate them downward. Same thing with the horns on the helmets. You know, you don't have to have them standing straight up and down. You can have them angled any way you'd like. It's your helmet. You do what you want. You can even take them off completely and just go with the bucket style unhorned helm if you like. And even that looks really nice. So yeah, I dig this so much. If you guys are new to Mythic Legions, you've never had one, articulation, he can look up and down about that far. You do get a lot of range of motion side to side, and you know that bobble is really nice. Even with the pauldrons on, you can go out and hit that T-pose, no problem. Pauldrons will hinder rotation all the way around, but since this pauldron wants to come off, we'll go ahead and do that. Go all the way around and go out. You have a 90-degree bend, a little bit better than 90-degree bend, just barely better right here at the elbow, along with a swivel as well. He does have the swivel and the vertical hinges on these hands on him out of the package. Waist is on that ball joint, so you're going to get a lot of range of motion, bobble left and right, can crunch forward, back, crunch forward that far, crunch back that far. Legs are where it's at with the articulation. Legs can go all the way forward, no problem. Can go out to the side that far, can go back a good amount of distance. We do have that upper thigh swivel. Look at that beautiful paint, just the way it reflects right there when you move it around. You have bend at the knee, gets better than 90. We have that swivel at the top of the boot, swivel, hinge, and pin down at the feet. So this guy is very well articulated. And you can even go, you know, asymmetrical with this guy and pop this arm off and do something different. We are going to do a little pop and swap here towards the end. But before that, let's get him in here next to some other mythics and see how he stacks up height-wise. Okay, bringing in some other characters just so we can see how he stacks up. Let's go ahead and bring in the Evil Green Knight, which we took a look at a couple of weeks ago. So the colors are going to match perfectly if you want to, you know, pop and swap the parts between these guys. Here we have our good buddy Bill Bones Broken Shield, no longer rocking the Kai Labs doublet. I did give that to somebody else, but I did kind of plus him up a little bit. I changed out his weapon, I changed out his armor, his loin armor here in the front, and then a different shoulder pad. So just kind of giving him a fresh look. We're going to get the Evil Green Knight out of the way, and we're going to bring in the Valiant Knight, which this guy shares a lot of those parts. And again, he has the Kai Labs doublet and chainmail on, and this is a really cool set if you can get your hands on one, because it really pluses up not only your Mezco warriors, but also your Mythic Legions. So let's do one pop and swap with this guy from an idea that I saw on the Cabal this weekend, and then we'll give our final thoughts. All right, here's a quick pop and swap that I saw somebody do with one of the Green Knights over the weekend on the Cabal, and I thought it was beautiful because I love the mixture of the two green colors. I love that the skin is more like this lime green and the armor is this emerald green, and I think that they work very well together. I also like that the skin is this matte finish, whereas the armor is very shiny and glossy. I think that plays well together. Yeah, I just love this color combination. So shout out to whoever posted this over the weekend on the Cabal. I think it was brilliant. I'm sorry I don't remember your name, but yeah, I think this is like a brilliant mashup, and one that I could definitely see living like this on my shelf. So yeah, let's get this guy back in his original form and give our final thoughts. Okay, I got to tell you, each one of these individual Armory Knights is a banger, each one in their own right, whether you like the purple, the red, the black, the green, whatever it is, man, whatever you're into, they've got a heroic or an evil version of that. You know, I think everybody thinks this whole experiment was a huge success, both at Legion's Con and then now at home being able to order them. The only two that I have not ordered are the two Purple Knights, and I think I'm going to break down and order them maybe next pay period because, man, I really dig these guys, and those would be the last two. I do have a Purple Knight that my buddy Greg, who I do double jointed with, made me at Legion's Con, and he made it such a perfect amalgam of both the evil and the good parts. That's kind of why I've held off at this point, because I have like parts and pieces of each one of those sets, but I think I'm going to need them on their own. So yeah, I think I'll probably pick them up. But this Green Knight is beautiful. I think green was probably the overall favorite for everybody, not just because of the legendary character, the Green Knight, but just because it's so beautiful. The colors, the emerald is just so gorgeous. And whether you got an evil version or a heroic version, this is going to be a great Green Knight to add to your shelf in your collection. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.